Hello friends, Amber back for day 18, National Scrapbooking Month, scrapbooking a page a day. I am going to be using Page Maps April 2021. That was the layout right there. Really didn't get a very good look at it, I'm sorry. I'm going to be using this paper pack that is Stars and Sparklers as well as our mix-ins. And they are both current right now. I will leave links down below for the products that I did use. I went to my Cricut and cut out some cute little icons here. I have a brush, a comb, a clippers, and the title haircut. Now I am going to start with this piece of paper. It's like a ledger paper notebook, and I'm really excited because I used my notebook punch on it and it looks so cute. Yeah, then I'm just gonna go through all the papers and start cutting out the papers that I want to use. Okay, so here I decide to take a technique that I learned this past weekend at our album retreat. We did lots of watercoloring. So I'm going to take and mix a couple of the colors and do some sponging on my page. I did learn that you would think that if you want to make blue darker or green darker, you would add like black or a darker shade of that color, right? No, you add red. Genius. So I am going to play with a few of these colors. My other tip for this is if you're trying to color match one of the cardstocks, lay that cardstock underneath your clear tray where you're mixing your color, and it's going to be easier to see if you are where you need to be or not. So right now I am trying to match the sapphire, and this is where I'm going to add some red to make it darker and be more of that sapphire color, and it works out really well. And then I'm just painting it on my sponge and sponging it on my paper. Now I did spray the paper before and after, try to kind of move that color around, and it turns out pretty cool. Unfortunately, I cover most of this and it makes me a little bit sad, but it is what it is, and it still has that watercolor technique on the page. Now this stamp set is from that album retreat that I just went to. I love doing the album retreat simply for the exclusive stamp set because they're such good stamp sets for scrapbooking. You know, a lot of our stamp sets are really good for card making, and for me as a scrapbooker, I'm not a big card maker. It's always awesome when you find a great stamp set that's going to work great for scrapbooking, and this is definitely one of them. So I am going to let my paper dry, and while it is drying, I'm going to cut down my pictures and do a little bit more prepping for my page. Okay, I'm gonna pull in my papers now and start gluing them down. Here is where I find out that my sponging's not gonna show, so I do decide to trim this paper down a little bit more than I originally planned, which is okay because it still gives you the full effect that that sketch had, as well as showing off some of my cool watercoloring on my page. Okay, this is where I'm going to use those stamps. I love to add a little bit of stamping where I'm going to build clusters, just kind of as a base for your cluster. And this is just a dotted ring. Simple, very simple. And then this one is going to be like a patch of a circle. It's pretty cool. Hopefully you can see it in my close-ups later on. But it's just another way to add, you know, those cluster bases. I love that I'm using the 3 shades of blue here. So I have Sapphire, which is the darkest blue. Bluebird is my mid-tone blue. And then the lightest blue I'm using is Carolina. And I think they work so well together and really work well with this Stars and Sparklers paper pack, which is like a 4th of July paper pack. But as you can see, I am using it for these haircut photos. And I think it works just awesome. That red stripe reminded me of like the old school barber sign that has, you know, the red and white stripes and it spins. So I definitely wanted to use that on this page and it turns out so cute. Now, excuse me, I am going to add this strip of toffee right here. There is a little bit of a strip on the sketch, and so I wanted to mimic that. And then I'm going to use my toffee ink to stamp This Happened down here at the bottom. Pulling out some wood stars to throw into my clusters as well. Some black enamel dots going down in these 3 clusters, and then I am going to grab my journaling pen and do my squiggle lines around the page. And that's going to finish this page off for me today. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video tomorrow. Bye bye.